Hey Jason, this is Latrina. Earlier today, you responded to an email where I was offering a free video showing businesses what they can do online to improve or boost their businesses. And this is the free video that I've made for USA HVAC. As I mentioned in the email, there's no selling in the video. I have a small business myself and I believe givers gain. So every week I try to send out a few of these to other businesses, hoping to bring value and service to our communities. But your feedback would be greatly appreciated, though. That would be your gift to me, is if you can let me know if it was helpful or not. But let me get started for you. So what I'm going to cover is content, backlinks, and citations and why these are important website elements for you to have. We'll take a look at your company's online presence, and I'll make recommendations for improvement that I believe might help to boost your business, okay? So content is anything that's on your website. Words, images, videos, etc. You want to have enough content on your page, Jason, because this is how Google ranks you. This is how they become familiar with your business, your services that you offer, and then put you in front of people who are doing a Google search. Ideally, your homepage should have at least 1,500 words. It's standard in order to rank against your competitors and knock them out of the park. And at least 500 on your back pages. Okay, there are other factors that Google uses, but content is weighted very highly. And then citations are the listings that you can get in directories, for example, Yellow Pages or Google. It's merely your business name, your address, and your phone number. It's important to have a lot of these out on the internet because this is how Google verifies that you're a legitimate business. The more you have, and even more than your competitors, the more trusting and easier to validate you as a legitimate business it is for Google. So you want to get as many of those as possible and just make sure they're consistent with the same business name, address, and phone number. And then finally, one of the biggest factors is backlinks. These are the placement of your website address onto other websites. So for example, if you're using Yellow Pages, LinkedIn, Wikipedia, Facebook, Yelp, any of those, backlinks help to direct traffic away from those sites back to your website, hence the name. You want to have as many of these and more than your competitors. That's the trend, right? You've been hearing me say that. But the more backlinks you have, the more popular your website actually becomes. In fact, to Google, it's not only a popularity rating, it's a rating of trustworthiness, because in their eyes, if another business is willing to let you place your website on their business page, then that's a sense of trust, right? It's showing that you trust that business or they trust your business. So to Google, it's a measure of trustworthiness. But don't go out and start throwing a whole bunch of backlinks up on your page or out there on the internet, because they need to be relevant to what it is you do. So as an HVAC company, you want to make sure that all the things that you're putting up have to do with heating and air, home improvement, contractors, those kinds of things, okay? So let's hop over to Google for a moment. So what I did was HVAC contractors for Glen Burnie. And what we see at first are some advertisements that people have placed or businesses have placed. Some people won't even see these because they have ad blockers installed on their computers. So I try to show businesses things they can do organically to increase business, okay? And that's one thing that you can do naturally, and that's adding content to your web page, making your web page work harder for you, okay? So what we see right here on the screen is called the map pack. It's this area here with the map, and this is where Google places who they perceive to be the top 3 companies for the keyword search. So in this case, HVAC contractors for Glen Burnie. If you'll notice, you are listed in here. So that's a great start for you. You want to make sure you maintain this placement here. And the things that I'm showing you in this video will help you to do that. As we move further down the page, Google continues to rank businesses. You want, in addition to being in the map pack, you want to make sure you're at least on the first 3 pages. Because if you notice, last time you used Google, maybe you probably weren't on 7, 8, 9, right? You probably made a decision on the first few pages, and you might have even clicked here. 30 to 40% actually of the clicking that goes on in Google happens here in the map pack. So it's awesome that you are actually already there. That makes the things to do to optimize your site much easier for you, because you're just maintaining what you already have worked hard to get, okay? So let's go over to your website. So let me make sure I'm on your home page. I am. Okay. So first thing I would recommend, let me just take a peek. It's not a bad site. I would recommend moving this contact form closer to the top of the screen just so that people have an opportunity. You have a lot of white space, so maybe stick it somewhere up here just so people can give you their contact information pretty quickly. Sometimes people don't call right away. Also, your phone number is very tiny. I would make that stand out better. Even put it up here in the more. You have a lot of white space, so take advantage of this white space. I would definitely put that phone number up here. Easy for them to click and call instantly, but also a contact form so that you can get hot leads right away. Sometimes people don't have time to call, or they get distracted on their computers, or they might call. This is the best one. Call you and leave a message and you can't understand it. So studies have shown that when there are contact forms on websites, people tend to fill those out. So I would just move that up higher. This image, I don't know what it is, but something about the proportion of it, if you notice, it looks pretty stretched. It doesn't look natural there. So I would make sure you change that. Just look at the proportions and make sure it's saved properly. But even more important, if you see this, the way it's been named, it's just a random Shutterstock image. Any image that you load on your page, make sure you name them with the keyword that actually relates to the services that you provide, right? So HVAC Services Glen Burnie. That would be an awesome way to tag that, because not only is Google crawling your site and looking at your text and your words, they're crawling your site and looking at how you've saved your images as well, okay? I would also recommend possible getting more content on your homepage. Remember, 1,500 words at least on the homepage and 500 on your back pages. Why? Because this is going to allow you to sprinkle all of these essential keywords throughout your page so that people can know, and more importantly, Google can know what it is you do. Okay, so that's going to be important. And let me show you why it's important. Right now, if we look at your data on a scale of 1 to 100 for popularity in Google based on backlink power, you're a 4.5. You have 51 backlinks. At one time, you had 118. You have added 27 recently, so that's good news that you are actually working to build up your backlinks. You have 25 referring domains. You had 54 one time. These are still really low numbers in both cases, okay? Remember, backlinks are a measure of popularity and trustworthiness, okay? So you always want to appear trustworthy and popular. It's like being in high school all over again, okay? So sad to say, but that's what the internet is. It's like high school. Okay, so let's go to keywords and let's take a look at what you have. So HVAC Glen Burnie, 50 people search that every single month. You are ranking at number 16. It's not terrible, but you could do better. This one is pretty nationalized. It's not linked to any location. This one's better. HVAC Companies Maryland, 150 people search that, but you're number 85 on the list. HVAC Companies Maryland, 150 people search that, you're number 98. So what I'm seeing here is that you are lacking. So some of your keywords are not buyer intent. These are all related to your business. So that's why I'm not really paying much attention to those. But when I say you're lacking, is because I know you service more areas than that. So look at all these areas. These should all be linked to keywords as well. Laurel, Upper Marlboro, Ellicott City, Severna Park, all of these are opportunities for keywords. Similarly, all of these are opportunities for keywords, and you're not ranking for any of those right now. You have a very generalized HVAC maintenance companies, but you're missing out on tons of volume because you're not ranking. And the reason you're not ranking for them is you don't have a lot of content on your page to actually take advantage and get these keywords ranked for, okay? So my takeaway for you, Jason, is consider getting more content on your home page. Add that contact form up here. Just move it up to the top of the page so that people can see that right away. Save your images with keywords so that you can rank for those too. Remember, don't just save them with random text. That means nothing to Google, so you want to help Google out by giving them clues about what it is you do, okay? One final thing to look at. Did a side-by-side comparison with some of your competitors from the first page. So on this graph here, you're the blue line, and this is a measure of organic traffic, so natural traffic based off of what people are typing in here, okay? So what we see here is on average, you're getting about 32, well, yeah, high 20s, mid 30s as far as traffic. And you're neck and neck with A Supreme Heat Air. You can see you guys are neck and neck, right? But then there's another company up here that is Go Max Air, and they're getting about 89, actually between 80 and 125 as far as organic traffic. So some of the things that I've shown you, a lot of the things actually, particularly the content and adding more backlinks, will help you to close this gap a bit. You're already positioned very well because you are in the map pack. So all you really need to do are some things to enhance your website, start putting your presence out there on the internet, and in no time you should be able to start ranking for more keywords and therefore get more leads and customers, okay? So with that, I'm going to end this, Jason. It's been longer than I anticipated. I get long-winded, so I apologize. I hope this has been helpful. Shoot me some feedback. Also, if you have questions about anything that I've covered here, don't hesitate to ask for clarity, and I'll be happy to give you that. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I wish you and USA HVAC much continued success. Bye-bye.